Eddie Ghabour is our market watcher of the morning as we see a little bit of green left-hand side of the screen. Eddie, I believe that you are doing some selling during this dip. That's not like you. Tell me more and tell me why.
No, it's not, Stuart. But as you know, last week I shared with your viewers, we were buying the dip in large cap, mega cap tech stocks. We thought it was a great opportunity. This week, we're selling the rip. We think this is a gift that we've gotten this week, but we're selling the rip in high risk assets. The things that worked the first 6 months of this year, in our opinion, is not going to work in the next 6 months. So we've been reducing our small cap exposure, reducing our high beta. We've increased cash here yesterday. And we're starting to rotate into your lower beta plays because, again, I don't want to be overly exposed to risk heading into this CPI number that comes out on Friday. Because if it's a hot number, now the conversation is going to come to accelerating tapering because the Fed has missed the call on inflation. And so the setup for me here in the near term, the risk reward is not worth it. And we have been slowly selling this rip this week.
So your big concern, the dark cloud on the horizon, which everybody is talking about, that dark cloud is when the Federal Reserve stops printing so much money, and stops it maybe completely, and starts to raise rates. That's your problem.
That's exactly right. I mean, look, the Fed has made policy errors in the past, and now we're heading into a time period where we have the most massive amount of money printing in the history of this country. What is the probability that they tighten and taper in a manner that doesn't disrupt the markets next year? That's not a bet I'm willing to take. And so we have a GDP that's going to be slowing down next year while the Fed attempts to taper a massive amount of debt. I just don't see how this is going to happen in a smooth way. Investors have made a lot of money this year. I think it's prudent to start being very active and make changes to portfolios now while the market's up, before you get whipsawed and have a major correction that we see on the horizon.
Real fast, Eddie, a lot of our viewers have invested heavily in big tech and they made a lot of money on it. Should they be selling any of their big tech?
Well, for full disclosure, we have actually increased big tech last week. We haven't taken down that exposure yet. Right now, our target is more the second part of the first quarter where we will start reducing mega cap tech. Right now, I would focus on small caps, high beta, and your reflation trade, in my opinion, is what investors need to really be focusing on reducing right now.
We hear you. Eddie Ghabour, thanks very much for being here. We will see you again real soon.